We are back, and today we're going to be looking at the NFL playoff picture heading into Week 18, man. We know a lot. Some of these teams are already locked into their respective seeds. We got the Eagles locked in. These are all the current matchups as of Week 18. Now, the Lions have not played the 49ers on Monday Night Football in Week 17. Assuming the Lions win, basically it just flip-flops Detroit and Minnesota. As you can see right there, that's what happens. But the Lions and Vikings play in Week 18 head-to-head on Sunday Night Football. Going to be a huge matchup, and the winner of the Lions versus Vikings, you can see the Lions won against the 49ers. The Vikings beat the Lions right there. They get the number one seed in the NFC North and in the NFC in general. So it's a huge matchup in Week 18. But we're looking at the playoff picture as a whole, what can change and what not with that. Now, these are the Week 18 clinching scenarios in the AFC. We have the Baltimore Ravens. This is where they currently sit. Currently, they're looking like they're going to win the AFC North. They're not going to be the 1 or 2 seed because the Chiefs and Bills have already clinched that. But they can be the 3 seed when they win the AFC North, if they win the AFC North. If they win or tie against the Cleveland Browns, surely the Cleveland Browns are trash. All they have to do is beat the Cleveland Browns, and they are the winner of the AFC North. And Pittsburgh falls to a wild card. That would be very, very bad for the Steelers. Now, the Steelers, on the other hand, they play the Bengals on Saturday at 8 p.m. So this is after the Ravens game. If the Ravens beat the Browns before the Steelers play the Bengals, then the Steelers, I think, will be able to just rest their starters, although they could potentially eliminate the Bengals from the playoff contention completely. So the Steelers can clinch the AFC North title with a win and a Baltimore loss versus Cleveland. So the Steelers, they're going to be watching the scoreboard prior to their game because for some reason the NFL scheduled the Ravens first. So if the Ravens lose versus the Browns, it's a miracle. I don't even know who the Browns quarterback is when they got rid of Jameis Winston. Who knows? DTR? When the Browns lose, when the Browns win, that's the first flaw with this whole statement. When the Browns beat the Ravens, okay, then the Steelers can clinch the AFC North when they beat the Bengals. Honestly, I see the Ravens beating the Browns, and I see the Steelers losing to the Bengals because the Cincinnati Bengals sit at 8-8, and they play Saturday at 8 p.m. This is how the Bengals can clinch a playoff berth. Now, they need to beat the Steelers. I think that's possible. Then they need a Miami Dolphin loss at the Jets, and they need a Denver loss at the Chiefs. It's too late, man. The Bengals, they're not looking like they're going to sneak in. You know why? The Chiefs are going to be resting their starters as the 1 seed, and the Dolphins, honestly, I think they'll beat the Jets as well. So it's not looking good. The Broncos are 9-7, and they play the Chiefs. The Chiefs backups. Now, keep in mind, Carson Wentz is the Kansas City Chiefs backup QB. Is he a backup? I don't know. He's honestly pretty good. Now, the Broncos can clinch a playoff berth if they win against the Chiefs backups. Surely that's going to happen, right? Or if they lose, they need the Bengals to lose at Pittsburgh and the Dolphins to lose to the Jets. I don't see both of those things happening, so really the Broncos control their own destiny with a win over the Kansas City backups. The Dolphins are 8-8. Can they get into the wild card? They kind of control their own destiny, man. Things are looking good. They play the same time as the Broncos, so they can't. They're going to scoreboard watch, but they have to try. The Dolphin starters will be playing, man. The Dolphins, they need to beat the New York Jets. I think they can do that. But they also need the Broncos to lose to the Chiefs backups. If I was a betting man, I don't think the Dolphins are making it. It's looking like the Broncos are going to be that 7 seed in the AFC. I think the Ravens are going to win the division. I think the Steelers are going to be a wild card team. Now in the NFC, we have the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons currently sit at 8-8. Their matchup is versus the Panthers on Sunday at 1 p.m. If they beat the Carolina Panthers, too bad. You lost to the Commanders. Mike Vick could not carry you. I know you have, Mike Vick 2.0. You honestly look pretty good, but you lost the coin toss, so your season's over. You hate to see it. The Buccaneers now control their destiny because they have a record advantage, 9-7 versus 8-8 over the Falcons. So what time are these games? They're the same time, so both of these teams will be playing their starters. The Buccaneers clinch the NFC South with a win. They play the garbage New Orleans Saints, the injured New Orleans Saints, and the Buccaneers they're going to win by 40. The Buccaneers will win the NFC South, but let's say the Buccaneers lost to the Saints. Then they would need the Falcons to lose versus the Panthers. Yeah, honestly, Panthers are looking better. It's not out of the realm of possibility. But the Falcons could potentially make it if Tampa Bay loses to New Orleans. and the Falcons beat the Panthers. It's looking like the Falcons are eliminated and the Buccaneers are looking good. The Lions are 13-2. Now, they clinched the number 1 seed in home field advantage. It doesn't matter what happens against the 49ers. You'll know what would happen probably when you watch this video. The Lions need to beat the Vikings at home. At home on Sunday Night Football. It's a huge Sunday. It's a playoff game. It's a playoff game. The winner of Lions-Vikings gets the 1 seed in the NFC, and the playoffs go through them at home. Huge matchup. Look at this. You see the tiebreakers. Win-win. And the Lions, I believe, will win. I think the Lions will be the 1 seed. Here are the seeding chances. This is what everyone wants to see, man. This is what everybody wants to see. The AFC seeding chances. The Chiefs and Bills are already locked in. They'll be resting. The Texans also will be resting. The 3 seed, it's looking like it's going to be Baltimore with a 94% chance. The 5 seed's probably going to be Pittsburgh if they beat the Bengals, or it could be the Chargers, maybe the Ravens. The Chargers are looking like they're either going to be the 5 or 6 seed, probably the 6 seed right here. And then the 7 seed, maybe. I think the Bengals are the best of these 3 teams. Actually, that's not true. Actually, the Bengals just beat the Broncos, so maybe they are. But the Broncos, they're looking like they're going to be that 7 seed wildcard team in the AFC playoffs. Now, the NFC seeding chances. The Lions and Vikings, the Lions are obviously favored to beat Minnesota at home right now. 64% though, that seems reasonable, honestly. I think the Lions, they have to be favored in that Sunday Night Football matchup. Eagles are the 2 seed. Now, do they rest their starters, or do they give Saquon Barkley a chance to break the record? Who knows? The Rams are looking like the 3 seed, but it also could be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Rams, I guess that they will be playing. I mean, the Rams already clinched a playoff spot. They're either going to be 3 or 4 due to the strength of schedule tiebreaker with Seattle. I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to play your starters to move up from 4 to 3 just for that home field advantage. We'll have to see what the Rams decide to do. I don't know. Should the Rams rest their starters? Comment down below. If they do, Buccaneers have a chance to be 3 with an NFC South and win. But it's looking like Rams or Bucks at 3 or 4. Falcons outside chance in hell. Number 5 is going to be the Vikings or Lions, depending on who loses that game in Sunday Night Football. 6, oh boy. We have the Commanders and Packers at 6 and 7. Now, this will be very interesting to see. We could potentially have an Eagles versus Commanders matchup for the 3rd time this season, but it's looking like Eagles-Packers. They play week 1 in Brazil, and I'm scared as an Eagles fan. Here's the projected NFL playoff bracket as of right now. Number 7, Broncos at number 2, Bills. Number 6, Chargers at number 3, Ravens. Number 5, Steelers at number 4, Texans. Wild card, first round bye, Chiefs. Now, Chiefs, Bills ain't changing. Texans ain't changing. This stuff might change. NFC, we have the Packers at Eagles, oh boy. Commanders at Rams, and the Vikings at Bucks. Lions on bye week. Now, the NFC, I feel like, is a bit more subject to change, but that is the current NFL playoff picture as of Week 18. Smash the like and subscribe button, boys. Who you got making the picture?